J-E-T-S! Jet! Let's go!
Let's go. Glad to have you back.
Super Bowl, nothing less.
Let's go, AVT.
What a throw! Aaron Rodgers to Garrett Wilson!
Keep the faith, guys. Keep the faith.
Love it.
Jet! Let's get it! Wow!
Jet Life Stadium. Aaron Rodgers is home, baby. Jets Media, I love you all.
Shout out Jets Media.
Blessed day ahead.
Blessed day ahead.
What is going on, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media, and we have some updated reports, updated stuff to get into about this Davante Adams trade. We have some more news, more reports, what teams are involved. You know what I'm wearing right now. Manifesting it into existence, baby. Guys, hit the like button. Shout out to BetUS Sportsbook for powering today's show. I have to start off by just showing you guys the odds on BetUS real quick because the New York Jets remain the favorite to land Davante Adams at minus 200 on BetUS Sportsbook. All right, if you guys want to sign up for BetUS, use the code YouTube150 to get your 150% bonus on your first deposit. And then $125 on your next two, all the way up to $2,000. Shout out to BetUS, man. They have the New York Jets as the clear favorite. All right. Now, there's a lot of teams, a lot of teams. All right. So we shall see. We shall see. So there's a lot of reports that are going to be coming out there all day. All right. There's a lot of reports that came out last night that we got to keep an eye on. All right. Let's go. Now we have a new updated thing of Adam Schefter. So let's check out what Adam Schefter has to say about this. Two teams high on Davante Adams' wish list of places to land, if not at the very top, are the Jets and the Saints. Woo! Adams ideally would like to play with a quarterback he knows. The Jets have former teammate Aaron Rodgers, and the Saints have former teammate Derek Carr. And while the Jets and the Saints interest Adams, there are other teams that remain interested in the Raiders wide receiver. Despite any speculation, the team not expected to be an option is the Kansas City Chiefs. So, the New York Jets need to get this job done, bro. There is no excuse. We cannot allow the Saints to outbid us. That seems to be the two suitors here. All right? Go get him, Joe. Go get him, Joe. That's all I'm saying. We had a report come out last night from U Stadium, who was first to say, shout out to U Stadium, that the Jets and the Raiders are in talks regarding a Davante Adams trade. They talked as recently as this morning. This was yesterday. U Stadium was first to report that. This was yet last night. Source: the Jets have been in contact with the Raiders as recently as this morning. The timeline that they were told was Adams expressed his frustration last week. Calls were made from teams early this week. Adams let the Raiders know he wanted to be moved yesterday morning. Raiders began making the call late yesterday. Jets spoke as recent as the AM. So, seems like Davante Adams wants to be reunited with one of his former QBs in New Orleans or with the New York Jets. The fact that he wants to be a Jet tells you all you need to know. I don't see the Saints being able to pull this off. I don't see how the Saints are going to be able to do it. All right? Adam Schefter reports that Davante Adams prefers to play with the New York Jets or the New Orleans Saints. So, folks, hit the like button right now. We're live on Jets Media. The Jets remain the favorites. All right? The Jets remain the favorites. Go get them. Go get them. Hit the like button, folks. We're going to be on Davante Adams watch. And the weird thing about it, too, is the Raiders are, quote-unquote, not in any rush to get it done. But come on now. The Raiders may not be in a rush, but Davante Adams is in a rush. Davante Adams wants out. Davante Adams wants out. Okay? Let's go. Hit the like button, everybody. Here for the memes with the $5. I expect this to be resolved soon. I noticed that when we hear about the news like this, that it's been brewing for weeks under the radar. Done by Friday. Yeah, I think this could get done, honestly, this week. I really do. I think if you're the Jets and now that it's it's officially, open for business, I think that the Jets can pull this off by the end of the week. I really do. Shout out to Here for the Memes for the super chat. I appreciate you, man. I do appreciate you. There's so much news, so much reports about what's going on, man, with this team. And don't worry, bro. He does not have a hamstring injury. That's for sure. So we shall see. Stay tuned. Hit the like button, guys. Let's go. We're on Davante Adams' watch right now. We are on Davante Adams' watch right now. Jets and Raiders are in talks. I'm going to update the banner. Jets and Raiders are in trade talks. Davante Adams wants to be a Jet or a Saint. That's the latest news. That's the latest. Woo! Come on, folks. Man, if we get this done, it's going to spark a lot of energy from this Jets fan base. I know that we're coming off a bad loss. I get all that, but this is something that we should all come together and realize that this could take the top off the team. This could be the reason why this offense can figure it out. We still got people on Twitter telling me that we don't need him. I don't get it. What do you mean we don't need him? I mean, come on now. So, we shall see. Here for the memes with another $2 super chat. Also, congrats on Cat Knicks fan Wild for hating. Yeah, thank you, man. I'm very excited about Karl Anthony Towns as well. I got to make some Knicks videos today because, I mean, between my Mets winning a playoff game yesterday, them having another playoff game today, my Knicks trading for Karl Anthony Towns, the Jets in the middle of their season to potentially trading for Davante Adams. It's so much going on right now in the sports world with my three teams, man. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. I'm not complaining. Here for the memes. Thank you so much for another super chat, my friend. Big time shout out to you. Everybody give my man Here for the memes. So Dono Hype. Dono Hype in the chat from my boy. Appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Let's see what the chat has to say about this, man, because will the Jets trade Mike Williams? No, we will not be trading Mike Williams. No. Not me. I've been wanting Cat for the last couple years. There we go. Hennessy likes the Cat trade. I like that. Who is going to be the odd man out, though, if this does happen? Do we include one of Lazard or Mike Williams or keep them? Keep them. There's no reason to give them up. I mean, if you think about the roster gymnastics, I mean, the player in question could be Malachi Corley or Xavier Gipson. I mean, Irvin Charles is, the special teams guy. But the Jets got to realize, I mean, Gibson is the thing about Gibson and Charles is they're both special teams, but they will definitely sacrifice one of those two guys on the roster to fit in Davante Adams, whether they're traded, included in the trade, or they're just cut. All right? I feel like the Jets should honestly, Xavier Gipson should be the expendable one. Have Malachi Corley. I don't want to give up on Corley. That's how I look at it. I'm not ready to give up on Corley. He barely's done anything. I don't want to give up on him. Xavier Gipson, man, I mean, he hasn't really done much this season. I like the story, undrafted free agent making the team, but let's be honest with ourselves. He's replaceable. He is very replaceable. Trade Gibson. It'll free up a roster spot. Replace Gibson with Davante Adams, and then Corley starts playing the Gibson role. Punt returner, kick returner, slot receiver. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it, man. No odd men out. Garrett, Adams, Lazard, Mike Williams. X is crazy. Let Corey develop. Don't rush. He will end up like Elijah Moore. The thing is, if we trade for Davante Adams, we're going to have to either include a player in the trade or we're going to have to cut someone to open up a roster spot. That's something we have to realize. There has to be a roster spot in the first place. I mean, the fact that the Saints and the Jets are the two teams that Davante Adams wants tells you that he's going to be a Jet, bro. The Saints cannot afford him. They're in cap hell. Cap hell. So the Jets got to be able to go out there and get it. The Cowboys also apparently have interest. Okay? The Cowboys have interest in Davante Adams, but does Davante want to be a Cowboy? I'm not too sure. It's very obvious. Davante wants to be with a quarterback that he has familiarity with Derek Carr or Aaron Rodgers. It's that simple. And he's going to want to reunite with A-Rod. Come on, baby. This has been right. I've been saying this all off season, bro. All off season, I've been saying this. People are like, Richie, let it go, bro. He's not going to be a Jet. I've been holding on to this for a long, long time, man. And here we go. Here we go. This is what it's about, man. The Jets got to be aggressive. The Jets got to go after Davante Adams right now. Let's go. Because if you look at what the Jets are doing right now, we are in a win now mode. Go get him. Now, what is the compensation going to look like? I don't know. When is this trade going to actually happen? I don't know. Is it going to happen before this game on Sunday against the Vikings? Is it going to happen after the game? Is it going to happen? I want it before the Bills game. That's what I want. He doesn't need to come to the Vikings game. He doesn't need to come to Vegas. He doesn't need to come to London, rather. Right? Let's go. Let's freaking go. I'm excited, man. Let me know in the chat, what's your level of optimism right now? What's your level of optimism of the Jets getting this done? Don't forget to smash a like button, folks, on your way into the show. We have some breaking news, some rumors all across the space of the sports world. The latest thing that we just saw is this right here, that Davante Adams wish lists includes the Jets and the Saints, all right? That's his wish list. That's the latest that we're seeing right now, is that the New York Jets are one of the two teams that Davante Adams wants to be a part of. That's what it's all about. Let's go, baby. I'm all in. DMS is 31, right? He's old. He's not old, Patrick. We're gonna have to stop throwing out this old word in a negative way, man. The guy is still a superstar. Do I need to remind you what Brandon Marshall did when he came to the Jets in 2015? Do you know what? He was around the same age. 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns. You don't have to be 23 years old to be a good football player. He's not old. I just don't get that narrative that people think age is a factor. He's got experience. He's still got the separation ability. He's still got the juice. He's got the brains. He's got the chemistry. This guy is a superstar. Stop saying he's old. He's not. Is 31 years old that old? Really? He's a veteran. He knows what it takes to win. He's got the chemistry. This is also going to open up Garrett Wilson's game. It's also going to open up opportunities for Mike Williams. For everybody will eat on the offense. Get it done, Joe Douglas. Get this freaking thing done. James is in the chat. I think they'll get it done. Jets have proven they can make moves considering the offseason draft, acquiring Rodgers. Joe Douglas, make shit happen. Absolutely, James. If this happens, bro, if this happens, or should I say when it happens, I mean, come on, man. If you're a Jets fan, you should be trying your best to, like, figure out a way for this to happen, man. I don't know. I don't know how you could be a Jets fan and not be super excited about this as a possibility. Seriously. I mean, look at these two. You don't want these two to be reunited? You don't want these two to be reunited? Do I got to remind everybody? Let me pull up the numbers. Let me just pull up the numbers real quick. I just want to remind the people of who Davante Adams is with Aaron Rodgers, because the guy is ridiculous. 2020 with Aaron Rodgers, he put up 115 catches, 1,300 yards, and 18 touchdowns. 18. 2021, 123 catches, 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns. Absurd. And then his first 2 years with the Raiders, still phenomenal numbers. In 2022 with the Raiders, 100 catches, 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns. 2023 with the Raiders, when they had a quarterback nightmare. 103 catches, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. People think he's old. What are you looking at? Look at the numbers. He's still able to be a dog. The Jets got to go get him, man. The Jets got to go get him. 100%. And they will. He will. Come on, man. Let's go. How do the Saints have money for this? Yeah, I don't think the Saints have even a chance of getting him, bro. I don't think they have a chance of getting him. He is old. A-Rod been playing average. This is not a good move. Stop drinking the pool. And guys, what are you talking about, Patrick? Please let me know what him being quote-unquote old has anything to do with anything if he's still playing like a star receiver in the league. Somebody please tell me why him being 31 is a negative thing when he has experience. He knows what it takes to attack leverages of the defenses. Like, newsflash, you being 25 years old does not mean you're a good football player. Give me a 31-year-old veteran that knows what it takes to play at an elite level over a young, developing player. This is a win-now team. Stop with the nonsense that we want just youth everywhere. We need to be able to balance this team with veterans and youthful talent. We have a quarterback on this team. And by the way, 31 years old is not that old. Stop making it seem like he's 35 plus. Not. If he was 35 plus, you have a point. When you are a wide receiver in this league, your prime, in my opinion, is from a 28 to 32. That window is at your peak veteran where you should peak in your NFL career. And Davante Adams is right in that window. Right? He's in the vintage prime of his career. And we're saying he's too old? Bro, Davante Adams is better than any football player on this Jets offense. He'd immediately come to this team and be the best player on this team on offense. And we're going to say he's too old? What are we doing? Dude, how old was Brandon Marshall when he came here? I got to do the math because I don't understand what people are saying. Brandon Marshall, age. Okay, so Brandon Marshall is 40 years old. That means, if I did my math correctly, he was 31 years old, Brandon Marshall, when he came to the New York Jets in 2015. Brandon Marshall was 31 years old when he came to the Jets in 2015. Let me just remind you what Brandon Marshall did in his old season with the Jets. 109 catches, 1,500 yards, and 14 touchdowns. But he's 31. We shouldn't have got Brandon Marshall. He's too old. Bro, there's so much to this that makes so much sense for the Jets. Age is just a number. If you're still able to attack leverages and the hand signals. Also, this is another thing that's very important about this trade. Very, very important. There's one thing about this Jets offense that we all saw against the Broncos team, which was unfortunate. Not everybody's on the same page yet with Rodgers. The wide receivers are not running the right routes sometimes. There's some miscommunications. Do you know who will come into this team and get that squad on the same page immediately and teach the wide receivers how to get on the same page with Aaron Rodgers? It's Davante Adams. It's Davante Adams. That's it. This is false. Buffalo Wings has a false statement saying, Richie, you want Adams, but the Jets' O-line ain't good, so Rodgers won't have time to throw Adams the ball. The New York Jets have played 4 football games. One of the 4 games, their offensive line was bad. They had a bad game against a really, really good, one of the best pass rushers in the NFL against the Broncos. That was the only game that Aaron Rodgers was running for his life. Against the 49ers, he was kept upright. Against the Titans, he was kept upright. Against the Patriots, he was kept upright. This offensive line is the least of my concerns. The least of my concerns, bro. We have an injured right tackle in Morgan Moses, who's going to come back. Our offensive, rookie came in there at right tackle and struggled. Our interior is looking great. The Jets' offensive line is still ranked at the top. If you want to say our offensive line is bad, your offensive line is trash. Because the Buffalo Bills, for example, their first 3 games, what did the Bills do? They had a really good offensive line. How did the Bills' offensive line look against the Ravens? Oh, it was trash. So now all of a sudden the Bills don't have an offensive line because they had one bad game? No. The Bills still have a good offensive line. They just had one bad game against a good defense. So I don't think you can look at one game out of a 4-game sample size and say that unit is bad. The Bills still have a good offensive line after they got killed by the Ravens. The Jets still have a good offensive line after they got killed by the Broncos. That's at least how I would look at it. Richie, do you think Trevor Lawrence is a bust? I am definitely coming around on that reality. 100%. Let's go, man. And by the way, the Jets' offensive line, this is how I look at it. This is how I look at it. The Jets' offensive line there's not a talent issue. It's not a, losing their one-on-one issue. If you look at the game against the Broncos, it was more chemistry. This offensive line is still trying to get on the same page. It's all about communication, being on the same page, picking up stunts, climbing into the second level. It's not a talent issue. This is a brand new offensive line, brand new left tackle, brand new left guard. Elijah Vera-Tucker was injured last year, so he's getting back to his old form. A brand new right tackle. It's a revamped offensive line. And if you guys know anything about offensive line, it takes a while for them to get gelled. So I'm expecting this offensive line to get better as the season goes on, and they've exceeded expectations. Exceeded expectations. For me, at least. This Jets offensive line. Now, they were not good against the Broncos, that's for sure. We need them to be better against a really good defense in the Vikings. Absolutely. Absolutely. The one thing about the Minnesota Vikings defense, though, is they've given up the most passing yards in the NFL up until this point. So if the Jets can attack the blitz, that's how they got to do it. That's how they got to do it, man. Come on now. Come on. Let's go. I think us not taking preseason seriously, making us look average at best sometimes. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole argument. Do you want to go out there and play in the preseason and risk injury or be a little rusty to start off the season? Do you think Davante would want to take a pay cut to play with Rodgers? Also did what Rodgers did in the offseason. I don't want to speak for Davante, but I think that's a possibility. 100%. Get Allen in pass protection. Brees is getting killed. Yeah, the pass protection from the running backs needs some help. I mean, this entire team, from the running back perspective, needs help. Not going to lie. The running game needs to get going. A big reason why that offense struggled against the Broncos is they killed us in trenches, and they killed us against the run. The Jets cannot run the football. When you can't run a football in a rainy game, you're going to lose. Right? The Jets had to be able to establish a run against the Broncos, and they were unable to do it. The offensive line got killed. Brees Hall looked trash, and they were unable to score a touchdown at the 1-yard line. Damn it, man. We need Morgan back so we can put Olu to swing for big package. Yeah. Hopefully Morgan Moses is back ASAP. So we got people back to back in the chat saying similar things. Bro, I'm getting to the point where I think Allen should be getting first and second down and use Brees to change up the pace. Love Brees, but he's been struggling. And then we have another chat that says the same thing. Allen needs to be the starter and literally ground and pound defense, then bring in Hall. Look at that. You guys said the same thing back to back. It's hilarious. That's hilarious. I mean, at this point, the numbers don't lie. Braylon Allen has had a better season than Brees so far. He's been more efficient. He's been more effective with the ball in his hands. I don't know what the issue is. I genuinely don't. And I'm here to just completely, call it as it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to make any excuses. When you're a running back like Brees Hall, someone that Jets fans, including myself in particular, hyped up to be the star of the NFL, he's not coming through. Now, is it completely over? Is he a bust? No, absolutely not. But up until this point, Jets fans are a little disappointed right now in Brees Hall's performance. And Garrett Wilson, for that matter. Which is why we need Davante. We can't... This is what I mean by, he's too old. We can't just rely on youth to carry this team. Guess what? Newsflash. Garrett Wilson is young and still learning how to play football at the next level, especially with a Hall of Fame quarterback. Newsflash. Brees Hall is in year 3 and is still learning how to be an effective player in this league, which is why we need experience, which is why being 31 years old is not a negative. It's actually a positive. I'm sick of relying on youth to win. This is the team that's built to win right now. We have talent to develop for the long run that they can help impact. I'm not saying Garrett Wilson is not good enough and Breece Hall is not good enough to help us win, but I don't want to put all the pressure on 2 year 3 players on offense to completely carry the offense around Aaron Rodgers. We need a player like Davante Adams to come in here and make the jobs for everybody a lot easier. Do you have any idea what Davante Adams would do to Garrett Wilson? It would free up all the pressure of Garrett Wilson. It would also free up pressure for Breece Hall. How do you defend an offense that lines up Garrett Wilson in the slot, Davante Adams down on the left outside, and then Mike Williams with Breece in the back? That's a defensive nightmare. And people are like, yeah, well, we don't have the coaching staff to be able to utilize them properly. We got Aaron Rodgers. You kidding me? He's going to know how to use them. I promise you that. He's going to be using them. So I think that Jets fans need to realize that this should be a no-brainer. I have no idea what the timeline of this trade is going to be. But, bro, if I'm Joe Douglas, I get it done tonight. By the end of the week. Don't let this draw out. Don't let this go down to the deadline. We need him as soon as possible. Let's get him for the Buffalo game. And by the way, I guarantee you, he does not have a hamstring. Promise you that. Promise you that. I want him for the Bills game. I want him to make his Jets debut on that game. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button on your way into the show. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Look at the shirt I'm wearing right now. Come on. There's a reason why I'm wearing this. Let's go. Come home, Davante. Come on home, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. I'm loving it. I am loving it. Someone said Tyreek is 30 and he looks washed. I can promise you right now that Tyreek Hill is a product right now of an incompetent team. What did he do week 1? He went off 80 yards. This makes no sense. I don't think Tyreek Hill is washed. Even as a Jets fan. You watch the games, bro. He has like 8 yards of separation and Huntley can't give him the ball. If the Dolphins had a quarterback that knows how to put the ball where it needs to be, Tyreek Hill would have freaking killed the Titans. Now Tyreek is just upset. You know what I mean? By the way, guys, Jets-Bills, the event is going to be insane. I cannot wait for that event. Roundtable event, man. Let's go. The roundtable event is going to be crazy. For the people that purchase your tickets, I'm pretty sure I sent them out already, but let me double check if I did. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. We're going to be doing a live show, AFC East Roundtable. Let's get it, man. Let's freaking get it. Let's 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 get it. Ooh. I'm so excited, bro. I'm so excited. Man, we didn't even talk about the game coming up, though. All right, guys, let's talk about the Jets-Vikings real quick. Why don't we? Why don't we talk about the Jets game coming up, right? Let's talk it about. Let's talk about it. What's your guys' predictions for Jets versus the Vikings? Do we have a chance to pull off the upset? Let me know in the chat right now, folks. Let me know in the chat right now. Let me know. Let me know. Do the Jets have what it takes to pull off the upset? Let me know right now. By the way, I sent you your tickets to the Jets-Bills event if you're coming through. me just send that email real quick. All right. What's the consensus in the chat about this game coming up, man? Vikings going to whip the Jets 38-12. Hell yeah, Jets 32, Vikings 27. I got the Jets winning. All right. 32-12 Vikings. It has to be a shootout. I trust Vikings offense will get it done. We just have to match that energy. I'm worried about our defense getting behind and then the Vikings just unleashing the pass rush. Going to be in stadium. Give me some hope, please. Man, this Jets team better be prepared. That's all I'm going to say. They better be prepared. Because I'll say this. The one thing about the Vikings that I have so much respect for is that their coaching staff is the front runners. It's the front runners, man. They are the front runners to win Coach of the Year, in my opinion. I think they should be in the race to win Coach of the Year. JT, not seeing anything in my email. JT, I sent it to your email, fbjt@gmail.com. I sent you 2 tickets. If you want me to resend them, let me know. Check your spam. But I did send them to you, JT. I did send them to you. Jets gonna win 34-18. Also, Mr. Dan Mitchell is trying to manifest Adams to the Bills. Nice try. Also, Richie, the Mets won a playoff game. Yeah, bro. How about those Mets last night? 8-4. Man, what a game. I'll be watching the Mets tonight during the roundtable show. Now, if you look at the odds for this game coming up, by the way, it's pretty even. It's actually a lot more even than you think. Right? The Jets are the Bet US. Oh, wow. The odds actually shifted. Not going to lie. The odds shifted. Yesterday, the odds were different. Now, the Vikings are 3-point favorites. So, as you guys can see on your screen here, the Vikings are 3-point favorites to win this game in London. Let me know your thoughts right now. Do you guys have the Jets pulling off the upset? If you want to sign up for Bet US, guys, don't forget to sign up using the promo code YouTube150, getting a 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% on your next 2, all the way up to $2,000. Man, the Jets are at plus 129. Money line, over-unders at 40. I think that's going to hit the over. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. At least I think. Let's go. I got mine, but it's saying I got to download. Yeah, the tickets will be on the Jets app, Chris. Or you can just go to the Ticketmaster website, the Jets website on your phone if you don't want to download the Jets app. But yeah, if you're a Bills fan, you may have to download the app for that. Yeah, it's a Jets game, Chris, so you have to download the Jets one. That's how it works. Mets' only chance was against the Brew Crew. This is the Mets, so expect anything. I know, man. Let's get the job done tonight. Move on to Philly. I'll be going to the Mets playoff game next Tuesday if they advance. You know that's for sure. You know that. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button on your way in. Let's go. Come on, Davante. Come on home. I mean, there's only so much you can do. You obviously already told us who you want. But now it's up to the Jets to pull it off. It's up to Joey D, Joey Douglas. There's so much riding on Davante Adams coming to the Jets. Do you think it's going to happen? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Do you guys think the Jets are actually going to pull it off? Woo! We got to get Brees on track. Absolutely. I got no idea what Dan's saying. He's just trying to manifest it, bro. But it's not happening, Dan. Nice try. Nice try. Salah press conference is less than an hour. You're gonna. Oh yeah, of course, Ron. 100%. Any question regarding Davante Adams to Salah? That's a question for Joe Douglas. That's a question for Joe Douglas. That's a question for Joe Douglas. Feel me? Let's go. Let's freaking go, man. I can't wait to see this materialize into something, baby. Let's go. So Davante Adams, according to Adam Schefter again, has said that he wants to be a Saint or a Jet. All right? That's the latest update, guys. This is the latest update that we've got this morning from Adam Schefter right here. This is the latest right here. Right there. So let me know your level of optimism right now in the chat. What's your level of optimism of Davante Adams coming to the Jets? Because when it comes to the Saints, obviously he would like to go to the Saints for a reason. But let's go. Let's go, man. So Robert Saleh has to speak to the media right now in an hour or so. So we got to see what he's going to say. He's going to deflect all the questions. All of the questions, man. All of the questions. The Saints, I feel like, isn't a possibility just because of their cap situation. The Saints are good. So, and guys, if you're putting fake news in the chat, you're easily getting banned, by the way. Let's see. Who's the one that said the breaking fake news? Oh, but Richie, I was joking. Yeah, don't care. No fake news allowed in my chat. Let's see. Who's getting banned? Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Fake news. Later. No fake news allowed. Yeah, but it's a joke, bro. Why are you banning me? Come on now. Sarah's in the chat. Shouldn't y'all be focusing on your London game? Yeah, we're trying to figure out. But we know how much Davante means. We know how much it means to this team, man. We need to make sure that we focus on Davante Adams before we focus on the Vikings. Duh. Nah, but in all seriousness, man, we got to be able to get the job done. Job done, man. Oh, why am I on Twitter and I see videos of Bo Nix beating the Jets? I don't want to see that. I don't want to be reminded. The bearded Richie is a bad man. Hey, I've had a beard for 2 years now. It's nothing new. Hey, man, I'm not afraid to just check people, man. It's that simple. Appreciate it, man. All right. Diana Rossini with an update. She says, many teams are checking in to see what the Raiders are looking for in return and how much negotiating is possible. I spoke to one team decision maker who called, checked, and mentioned already moved on. What do you mean already moved on? You can't just move on, bro. Davante wants out. I mean, the Raiders can't just move on. You feel me? That's not something that they can just move on from. You hear me? Jack's in the chat. Doesn't matter if we get Adams if Robert Saleh is still our head coach. That's the reason why I want Adams even more, Jack. Because we need the most talent possible to withstand the bad coaching. That's how I look at it. You feel me? That's how I look at it. And for the people getting soft and upset in the chat that I check people with fake news, I mean, give me a break. If you come on here and say something that's a lie in the chat, I'm not allowing that. It's that simple. You can get all sensitive if you want. I don't allow fake news in my chat. Jack hit his peak with Salah. Yeah, man. I feel him. I don't blame him. But that's how I look at it, man. Like, if there's anything to help out the incompetence of this coaching staff, it's to get as much talent as possible to withstand the bad coaching. Does that make sense? That's kind of how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Also, guys, Jets Media Day recap video is almost done. I know that some of you guys probably don't care because the Jets lost against the Broncos, but if you're interested to see what the event was all about, I'm going to be uploading a really fun video that shows exactly what happened throughout the entire event on Sunday, starting, with the live show, starting with the tailgate party, going into the game, seeing all the reactions in the middle of the game, which was a lot of fun, and then seeing my reaction to when the Jets lost. Yeah, if you're interested, that's going to be out later. So it's so frustrating that the Jets lost that game for so many reasons. So many reasons. Come on, man. I'm waiting for some news. I really don't think it's going to be anything intimate. All right, I have a question I have for you guys that's AFC East related. In all seriousness, who the heck do you guys have winning in this Dolphins-Patriots game? Who do you have? I don't know. I'll be honest with you guys. I've seen more positive stuff from the Patriots this season than the Dolphins. Like, I actually have seen more good football from the Patriots than the Dolphins. I may be leaning the Patriots. Everyone's saying Patriots. I mean, I'm trying not to be a hater of the Dolphins, by the way. That's just genuinely how I feel. In Foxborough as well. Does anybody think the Dolphins? Wow, everyone's riding the Pats. Who's the favorites in this game? Did they update the odds yet? Very curious. Wow, it's split. Look at that. Look at this. The Patriots are 1-point favorites. That's hilarious. The Patriots are favored to win. That's wild. That's wild, man. The fact that the Miami Dolphins, with the quote-unquote elite weapons around their quarterback, can't figure out ways to win, that's sad. Dolphins fans are literally living through what we had to go through as Jets fans last year in their own way. Just saying. Just saying, bro. I remember Dolphins fans laughing at us saying, you should still win with a backup QB. Oh, yeah? You guys try it out. Trash. Listen, the Jets don't really have a floor to stand on. I get it. We're 2-2. You're 1-3. We're only one game ahead of you guys. But that's not the case here. The reality is the Dolphins look incompetent. They look so bad. So bad. And let's see what they look like against the Pats. Tyler Huntley looks so bad. So does Mike McDaniel. Trash all across. All across the board, man. So, again, reporting on what Adam Schefter said a while ago. It seems like the Raiders want a second-round pick plus additional compensation. Would you be willing to give that up? would you be willing to give up a second-round pick plus additional compensation? Let's go. LMAO, we don't care, Richie, honestly. Is this a Dolphins fan? You don't care about what? Your own Dolphins team? What do you mean? Dolphins fans are that checked out? They don't care about the Dolphins stink? 2025 second, 2026 third. I'll do that. Add a third, a second, I'm not sure. Raiders fans, which I find hilarious, are like, we want Quinnen Williams and Garrett Wilson. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. But, you know, listen, I don't blame Raiders fans for wanting the most, but that ain't happening. This ain't happening, Sarah. We're not giving up sauce. We're not giving up any player. It's going to be a draft picks. Maybe one player, but it's not going to be a big name or anything like that. It's not going to be Garrett. It's not going to be Sauce. It's not going to be Breeze. It's not going to be anybody of significance. So let's get that out. Let's get that out. Okay? Now we just got to make sure that the Jets are aggressive, man, because we cannot afford this to drag out. We can't afford this to just all of a sudden we're 2 weeks away. We're 2 weeks from now, and we still don't have him, and he's still not traded. I bet you the Raiders are saying they're in no rush, but they should be. You want to get rid of him. You don't want that cancer in your locker room. You don't want that overwhelming feeling of, oh, we have this guy that's disgruntled. Like, if I'm the Raiders, bro, I think that this trade could be done Friday. That's my opinion. This trade could be done Friday. It could happen before then. What about the contract, Richie? What do we sign him for? So the contract is really favorable, actually. So we bring him in, and it's like we got like what, $15 million? It depends when it gets traded. They can easily afford him. The question is, he's got 2 years left on his contract, non-guaranteed money that can easily get restructured. So it's a very tradable contract, and it's the NFL. NFL GMs are smart. They know how to maneuver everything. All right? They know how to figure it all out. So that's really what it comes down to, man. Oh, my God. Dan Mitchell's going live saying, Davante Adams to the Buffalo Bills is more likely than we thought. Oh, that's hilarious. Hey, I don't see that happening, but you never know. You never know. Can't rule out anything. So now we just got to wait and see, man. Let's go. So the Jets got an opportunity to land one of the best wide receivers in football. They got to do it. I'm so sick of sitting here and waiting, man. Get your boy, Richie. Dan's on something else right now. Yeah, I don't know. Let him believe. Let him believe they can get him. I don't know. Let him believe it. I'll dig into Dan tonight. I'll also be digging into him on the huddle at 3 o'clock. Oh, man. Garrett Wilson, Davante Adams, Mike Williams. Sounds crazy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This trade might happen tonight. It could. It could. What the hell is that Dan constantly choose when he does the roundtable, Richie? Ask Dan. That's funny that you noticed that. Tay is the best wide receiver, and I've been saying this for the longest. If you guys have been watching my channel, I have been on this since the Jets got Aaron Rodgers. Of it, not just me being delusional and be like, yeah, like, the Jets should go get him. Like, I've been saying consistently that this is a actual possibility. Like, this is actually a very, very good chance that this happens. And now here we are. It's a big opportunity, man. The Jets got to pounce on it. Pounce on it! I'm refreshing Twitter like I'm expecting news to break right now or something. Let's go. Man, oh man. I'm getting impatient now. I actually disagree, Sarah. I think that a trade for Davante would allow Garrett Wilson to get more opportunities. Because what Garrett Wilson's going through right now is being looked at as the Jets' number 1 receiver. What that does is it forces the defenses to focus on him, shutting him down. They're double teaming Garrett Wilson. Now, if we bring in Davante, then defenses are going to have to zero in on Davante, and that's going to open up Garrett Wilson more. He will not get double teamed. He will get more one-on-one opportunities. I honestly think that this would be a positive for Garrett Wilson, not a negative. I think it's the opposite. People think, oh, why would we do this? We have Garrett Wilson. No. You look around the NFL, man, having 2 elite wide receivers is a dangerous weapon. That will give Garrett more time in the slot where he could feast. Adams and Wilson better than Hill and Waddle. Facts. I mean, you talk about 4 deep of Garrett Wilson, Davante, Lazard, and Mike Williams. That's crazy. Could we start putting Lazard's name and put more respect on his name now? Or no, you guys are not ready for that. We all know he's only good because of Rodgers, but hey, it's okay. Are you a Dolphins fan? Hill and Waddle washed. Tired of those bums too. Even Mike Williams and Garrett still a threat. Def need Adams. Yeah. Garrett has been getting doubled every game so far. It's true. And as of right now, Garrett has not been able to get over the hump of getting double teamed. It's just the reality of it. Rodgers throwing to Adams and Lazard will become the Green Bay Jets once again. Good. Good. Go get him, Joe. What are you waiting for? Wake up. Guys, I think this trade can happen by next week, man. Genuinely. I really do. I think this can happen by next week. I will not be at the Halloween game, no. Guys, also, I wanted to plant this. I wanted to plant this in your guys' brains. I'm organizing a new event this season. Oh, cracked my whole spine. I'm thinking of doing another event this season. But this time, instead of being at a Jets game, I'm thinking of doing it at a sports bar for a live watch party for a Jets away game. So you guys let me know. I'm in contact with some sports bars. I'm trying to figure out the right venue. And basically what would happen is you guys come to the bar. We all watch the game together. I still do a live show. I'll be doing a live watch party, and you guys can all be on the show with me reacting to the Jets game. You let me know if that's something that you guys be interested in, because I am going to start researching it. And I'm looking at the Jets-Cardinals game is the game I'm looking at, which is low-key pretty soon. In 6 weeks, Jets-Cardinals. No details are finalized. Nothing's finalized. But I am looking into this, where it would be, that game is also at 4:30. So it'll be cool. You guys can come through to the bar. We could watch the 1 o'clock games together. And then I start my live show for the Jets Cardinals live watch party. You guys are there. I'll probably have my producers there. It'll be a sick party, and we'll all come together. Let me know if you guys are interested in that, because I'm going to maybe organize it. And the bar I'm looking at is actually in New Jersey. It's like a Jets bar. They reached out to me, and they seem to be a good bar. It's near MetLife Stadium. It's in New Jersey. So that's kind of where the bar would be if I do it with them. I still got to figure out the proper spot. But it's going to be, the game I'm looking at is the Jets Cardinals. The Jets Cardinals. All right. So we shall see. Stay tuned for details on that, folks. Stay tuned for details on that. Now, it seems like you guys are interested. All right. I gotta figure this down. I got to figure this out. We got people interested. Let's go. All right, I'm going to go figure out those details. I also have my editor, Carl, who is the producer of the event. He sent me the recap video of Jets Media Day, and I'm going to go watch it and see if there's any revisions, and then I'm going to be uploading that soon. So stay tuned for that. The Jets Media Day 2024 recap video is going to be up. I know that there's not a lot of hype around the video because the Jets lost, but if you want to get a really good idea of what Jets Media Day is, you'll get a good idea because it's going to recap the entire day. That's going to be uploaded today if you want to check that out. So, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll let you guys know any details that comes. We're going to wrap up the show now. Any news about Davante Adams that comes out, I'll be first to kind of give you the news. Salute to the chat, folks. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Big time shout out to BetUS, again, for sponsoring the show. We appreciate you guys big time. BetUS for sponsoring Jets Media all season long. Use that promo code YouTube150 to get your 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% in your next two, up to $2,000. All right, so bet responsibly. Shout out to BetUS. Later for everybody. Appreciate you all. Stay tuned for the Jets Media Day recap video uploading by the end of the day. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, folks. Love you all.